for the Sheriff Podcast. It is Friday, y'all. Very nice to be here. Now, Virginia's going to be bolting out of here pretty quick as she is going to be heading off to Tallahassee for Mom's Weekend.
Magnolia texted me, and she, first of all, gave me a laundry list of things I had to run around the house and bring to her.
Okay.
And then she was like, can you get here by 4:30? I have a happy hour thing I want us to go to. I was like, do you think I have a DeLorean?
4:30? You ain't going to make that shit.
There's no way.
Yeah, she might need to transfer to Palm Beach Atlantic if she wants you showing up at those times.
Yeah, exactly.
Palm Beach Atlantic would not throw down like FSU. She would never.
Yeah.
I don't know, Palm Beach State, my alma mater.
There you go. Yeah, go there as well.
One of my 19
You
alma
went
mater.
to every school, yeah.
I went to a lot.
You can claim them.
I remember when I was in college, man, those moms were wild. I remember them dancing on tables. I remember making out with some of my dude friends. And just like, whoa, he was making out with her mom. Like, it was just madness. I loved it.
I have a story that it was rumored, but the rumors kind of seem to really lend itself to be truthful. There was a mom back in the day, and I don't know if it was Mother's Weekend, but it was some kind of a parent thing up in Gainesville.
Okay.
And I was up there too because my boys played ball up at Santa Fe. And we knew this one person, and they had their mom come up, and the rumor was she got drunk and had a threesome with two dudes.
What?
Yes.
Wow.
The mom?
And I'm about 98.9% that happened.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dang.
She went for it.
Rotisserie chicken style.
Whoa. How about that, huh?
Yeah.
She wanted to relive her youth, and maybe she didn't do that in college herself, and she said, this might be my last chance.
I don't know. Look.
I mean, what does your kid do, though, when that reputation comes around and everybody's like going, did your mom get rotisserie chicken by two dudes?
Everybody's going to know, and you're going to have to switch schools.
This person did not take it well. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I could see that. I'd be like, Mom, seriously. I'd be like, that's your last Mom's Weekend.
You got to go to an out-of-state school now.
And I know it sounds crazy. Like, oh, that doesn't happen. This shit does happen. There's a lot of body cam videos where you go, oh my gosh, the mom is hooking up with the kid's friend.
I see how it could happen because these moms, some of them are divorced. They show up. And it is a wild atmosphere. And it happened to me at Potts. This 21-year-old kid was aggressively coming after me. And I was like, I'm getting out of here. Like, I left and I was like, bye, Mags. I got to go. And she's like, okay, bye. But they are very aggressive, and they're very young, and they're very cute. And if you've had a whole bunch of drinks and you're like, oh, I'm looking sexy, and you don't realize that, you should not be in that environment.
I mean, if you're getting so drunk where you're getting double teamed and
I got away from you
on a Mother's Weekend while you're there for your kid, and everyone finds out about it.
Everybody's gonna know. Everybody's gonna know. There are no secrets on a college campus.
I mean, you can go out there and live your best life, but with every action, there's gonna be some kind of a ripple effect.
Yeah, I remember we were sitting at a table at the pub on Court Street at High University, and there was kind of a bounty. The dudes were talking. They're like, $100 if you can bang that mom. As these moms are dancing on the bar, and he's like, I'll take that. And so there was bounties that were being set up from the young college guys trying to hook up with, and they were youngerish moms that, were still cute. And the dudes are like, yeah, all right. And that was their entire day, was they were just trying to take care of these moms and charm them as much as they could. And they were making them feel young and sexy, and the moms were eating it up.
Moms are eating it up because it's everything that they've always wanted to hear, especially now that their looks are fading.
And then the guys, they become a hero in a sense because they got a story, and all guys are go, dude, that's amazing.
You got a mom?
Yeah.
Mother's Weekend, i.e. somebody's getting stuffed.
I remember we drove past a fraternity house, and you know how they make giant signs with sheets where they spray paint like a message on them. Mm-hmm. It just said, "Hot moms welcome. You drink free here."
Yeah, well, I mean, you both are right.
Right.
There's a thing sometimes. You're like, oh, let's get the mom. It'll be a great story.
Sweet, I don't have to pay for my natural light.
Mama's gonna do it.
Yeah, it's going to save me $8.
At all the fraternities, everyone that we go to, they have stocked the bar, and the parents all drink free as much as they want, and it's flowing at the frat houses.
I would have been pretty bummed out if my mom was single when she was alive, and I found out that she banged 2 guys while she was visiting me for Mother's Weekend.
Nobody would let you live that down.
I wouldn't like it, y'all.
All your friends would riz you about it or razz you about it.
Riz or razz, either one.
Jizz you about it.
What kind of booze do they give you? Is any of it, do they have the wherewithal to understand that some of these moms might want nicer wine and get like maybe a mid-level bottle, like a decoy wine or something like that? The mom's like, ooh, you got decoy or whatever it might be.
No, there's no time for wine pouring. At all the events that we've been to, it's seltzers. It's like White Claw, Mom water.
Wine's almost too classy, takes too much time. This is about...
It's beer, it's wine, but I did go upstairs in a few of the frat houses with Mags and her friends, and some of the guys were showing us their rooms. And that was pretty cool to see how they've tricked out these rooms.
That's how they get you.
In all of their rooms, they have a bar.
Okay.
And so if you went up there and you got into the vodka shots or whatever they were offering, because they were offering everything, I could totally see how it could get away from a mom, and she could end up in a really bad scenario.
Yep. No, you're right. Absolutely.
I'm not the one.
Okay.
I'm walking in knowing what's going on.
You're married too.
Even if I wasn't, I'm still not the one. I'm not banging some 21-year-old.
Yeah, you're a woman with some self-esteem issues if you're giving it up to a college boy on Mom's Weekend.
I think you
might want to look within yourself.
But there's a lot of, you're just a little off, and I know a lot of girls like that.
Sure.
You go through a midlife crisis of menopause, and you're like, oh, I used to be so beautiful. And now this 21-year-old guy is hitting on you, and you're like, I would do anything to feel beautiful again. And he's making you feel very beautiful.
Yeah. And, you might want to come home and just be like, I need to work on myself.
Yes. Girl, do not sleep with him. It is a bad choice.
Yeah, absolutely. There are some other things that you can do this weekend that could be some bad choices. Now, Ultra is going on. You got obviously
plenty of bad choices.
You got some of the biggest EDM artists on the planet going to be playing for 3 days straight. It's going to be absolutely crazy. And there are going to be a lot of intoxicants that are there. But just kind of a heads up, too. Whether you're doing or giving drugs, be careful on both counts, because I saw a story this week. A woman who supplied a 24-year-old woman with the pill that she overdosed with while attending the Ultra Music Fest last year was charged with first-degree murder.
Oh, yeah, they'll get you. They'll get you now.
27-year-old Charlene Forte of Coral Springs is accused of supplying the MDMA, better known as ecstasy or Molly, that caused the death of a 24-year-old March 31st last year. In Florida, law allows a person who supplies controlled substances that lead to another's death to be charged with first-degree murder.
Do you know if the Molly was poisoned with a fentanyl, or did they just do too much of it and they overdosed?
Yeah, I didn't say in the story, just said overdose. I'm not sure if it was bad drugs or they just had too much.
If it was fentanyl, it'd be in the article, because they love writing about fentanyl.
Yeah.
Well, here's the deal with the drugs now. You can't take them. You can't take these street drugs because you have no idea what's in it. It's made in somebody's bathtub. It probably has fentanyl in it. And you just better hope that the dose isn't high enough that it's going to kill you. Because a lot of shit that you think is one thing is not, and it's got a bunch of fentanyl in it.
Well, it's
not like when we were kids.
That fentanyl stuff does scare me, but I don't want to get caught up in that thing, because the media loves to take something and blow it up to make you think it's writing fentanyl, and I don't want to get caught in that kind of that trap where you think fentanyl's everywhere. I want to know the reality of it.
Fentanyl's everywhere.
But I mean, like, for example, if there's something on the ground that you don't know what it is and you pick it up, I don't want to have to. Oh, I'm not going to pick anything up. I don't want to have to not live my life because...
You shouldn't pick anything up.
Fuck. I guess I'm not going to live my life, Kevin.
Yeah, that's it. Your days of picking things up are over.
If you're going to pick something up, you have to have a glove on.
Well, I mean, the other day, I think I told you guys this. There was a business card set in my front yard garden, and it wasn't supposed to be there. It was odd, and I was about to pick it up because it looked weird, and it was trash, and I'm getting ready to grab it. I'm like, fuck that, man. It's probably got fentanyl on it.
You heard me in your head
I
yelling,
did.
fentanyl!
It's fentanyl, bird.
9 out of 10 business cards.
Get in the bushes and watch it trying to fucking kill you with fentanyl, bird.
Better safe than sorry.
I just don't want to live that paranoid life.
I'm in it. I live it every day.
Another little party thing going on. Jesse said that I am headed on a girls' trip to Savannah this weekend to celebrate my 40th.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Of your Savannah spots, what are the must-dos? Now, I will tell you the good thing about Savannah is that it is very compact. That everything,
walkable?
Yes, very walkable. It's very much packed into one area. That's the thing about Savannah. It is relatively a small town. So you go to the outskirts, you're going to see less and less. But if you start really on River Street, and they've got everything from, cheap old little Wet Willies there. I go a little bit north on River Street, and they have got a very cool little brewery that is right there, Service Brewing Company. You got to walk just maybe a block extra. But when I went there, first of all, it is done by people in the military, and they're very good to service members that are there. That's what Service Brewing Company. And I remember when I went, there was a dude that was from Palm Beach Gardens that was actually serving up the beers. He's like, Kevin? I'm like, yeah, how do you know him? He's like, I'm from Gardens. I'm like, no way. So
That's weird.
That was kind of a cool, weird experience
that's cool.
when I went. Yeah.
I love when that happens.
Yeah, because I was like, he's like, how you doing, Kevin? I'm like, huh? I was so freaked out. I'm like, how do you know who I am?
And you thought you were going to be able to get turned and act silly and raucous and
I still did.
Swing from the chandelier.
I still did.
Different town. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Vacation Kev lets it loose.
Yes. So you've got the River Street there, and then you've also got kind of the marketplace area. There's Vinny Van Gogh Goes Pizza that is in there. They got ice cream. There's a couple little bars in there, and that's a fun little walkable area. But like I said, you have ghost tours, and that's kind of fun, and I like working a little bit of that history, but really everything is just condensed to probably 4 or 5 city blocks. The squares are great, so you really can't go wrong with it. If you know kind of the River Street and the marketplace area, kind of hit those areas and just find places that look cool and walk into it. That's how I discovered everything about Savannah. Now, to me, I would see if Savannah Bananas are doing anything. That's one thing that we'd look into to see if they got anything going on at the stadium. May or may not, but that pretty much is Savannah in a nutshell.
Oh my gosh, if the Savannah Bananas were there at home, that'd probably be a really fun place to see.
I'd like to do that one day, is kind of go there, because I was there, and that was one mistake that I had made. We didn't have time either. We were getting out of town, but they had something going on, and we were at a rooftop bar that was right on the river. It's just a little bit of the north of the downtown. You go, and it's kind of in an apartment kind of building, but it's a rooftop bar. Cool place to go. Everybody's in Savannah Banana shirts. I'm like, do they have a game? Like, they have a game. Like, damn it.
Buy your tickets now so you can go to a game in 2 years, because those tickets are not easy to get.
It's a
do
very good
sell
point,
out.
Very
Yeah.
good point. Yes, absolutely. You would have to check on that ahead of time, because, I don't even know if you were going this weekend. It'd probably be too late. So, but yeah, there you go. That's Savannah. And if anybody has that too, I have the list. It seems like Google's allowing me to send it to people easier, because I think I sent you a list, didn't I, Virginia?
You did.
And it came through okay, right?
It did.
Okay. Yeah. So if you have that, I've got everything kind of like blocked off. So if you go on it, what I do is wherever I am, you see the blue dot on the Google Maps, and then you can see, okay, where are the bars that are approved by Kev? And then you can be like, turn right, turn left, and we're heading to one of those bars.
I love it.
And then what also helps too is you can see the congregation. Most good cities have pockets of bars, because they feed off each other, and they know that. If you get a great bar, somebody wants to open a really great bar next to it, because they know people like me are going to bounce between the 2 or 3. So a lot of times that's what I've discovered in all of my bar hopping days.
This is called alcoholic math, y'all.
It is. Yeah, it is like alcoholism 201.
It's an advanced class.
It is an advanced class. It's ahead of the 101, but it's knowing that a lot of the greatest bars in any city are always grouped next to other great bars.
He's right. Bourbon Street.
Yep, for the most part. So he's got to find that bar district. Talking about one that I don't even know what CityPlace is anymore. I really don't. I was excited. Went to go check out the Moxies last night with my wife, and that was kind of cool. It was nice. It is a little elevated, slightly. And look, I might just be judging, but I think this is part of the play as well. It's smart for them, but it looked like a lot of people that probably have finance jobs or in something like that, and they are going to Moxie's right after work because it's pretty much right across the street from that one tower that's there at CityPlace now.
Are you able to, is it this kind of fancy where you just got off your financial job, you take off your blazer, you still got your tie on, it's a little loose, and your sleeves are rolled up, kind of like, oh man, fucking numbers, bro. Is it kind of like that vibe?
That's very 1980s Wall Street, but yeah.
Okay.
That's his favorite era.
Okay, yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
But is it kind of that vibe?
It's hard. It's a weird thing because I don't know that it was necessarily suits, but it was just people in designer kind of business wear that was trendy, and you could just tell they look like money. You ever see that?
Yeah.
And it's everything from the watches, shoes, haircut,
It's a
skin.
vibe. You can smell it.
Yes. I'm just like, everyone in here is richer than I am.
And Kevin's like, I don't fit in.
Including the people serving my food.
Yeah, probably, yeah. They had done a good job. I mean, we went to Cowboy Bar, we went to Moxie's, and yeah, they've hired a lot of very young, attractive girls. And that's a big key to it. It really is.
It really is.
Yeah, they were all pretty much model hot.
So you think it would be a different kind of vibe and maybe not as much clientele if you hired women in their 70s?
It's a different niche market.
Is it? I mean, would that affect? Do you think that would affect the
big time? Yeah, you're not going to stay open in a competitive environment if your waitresses are 70. Yeah, it ain't gonna fly. Ain't gonna fly. So yeah, it was nice. It's just for me, it's not where I typically want to hang off. I go in there for a drink, absolutely, but I like it a little bit more. To me, like an old key lime house. That's kind of my vibe.
That's a fun vibe.
Older, young, or is it kind of mixed? And were the old people more this kind of rich? Bits of men, I need my Rolls Royce.
No, they're not to that level, and that's a different. Yeah, I mean, and there are tiers. They're wealthy, but they're not of the Palm Beach ultra wealthy. These people have to work. A lot of people on Palm Beach, they don't work. They don't have anything they have to do every day. They just get up and be rich.
Because you're right, there are tiers of rich.
How am I going to spend all of this today?
Yeah, there's more rich, and then there is party rich as well.
Sure.
People, they just party their ass up, but they're rich.
Yeah, they're the young rich kids. Yeah, I mean, I remember seeing a lot of those kids, and I was so jealous. And then I've seen them now 20 years later, and they look like hell.
A lot of them do.
They look like hell, man. That I was partying with 20 years ago because they're rich and they're buying my drinks, and I see them now, I'm like, ooh.
Well, because a lot of them are spending some money on some drugs, and drugs will tear up that face.
Most of them that I know from that era have been to rehab a few times. Oh. And honestly, it's it's interesting. I'm fascinated by it, but I would not wish that on my kids, and I would not want that for anything. I really wouldn't. It is hard to raise a good kid when you have endless amounts of money. It really is a struggle because you have to be on your kid's ass all the time to prevent them from the entitlement that is going to be surrounding them.
Yeah, you'll hear some celebrity stories where they have a bunch of money and their kids will talk and they go, I wasn't spoiled. My dad made me go get a job. And,
and that's the way to do it.
It's rare, but it does happen.
But it's even harder for those, when you have the means to even go out of your way to make sure that your kid does not feel like they are spoiled. It's actually challenging to do. Because they find ways. That's the thing I find out with my kid. He's finding all kinds of different ways to tap into our finances. I'm like, how the hell do you get money for that?
They're crafty.
They are crafty.
You better watch Rocco. I bet he can get some finances out of you.
He already knows every bank password. I keep changing them, and he keeps knowing them. I'm like, how?
I know. Yeah, exactly. I'm telling you that.
I changed my password,
Right.
and then I forgot what it was, and he told me what it was, and I'm like, how the F do you know what it is?
And he's only going to get craftier.
Yeah. So it's tough. I couldn't even imagine doing that. Now, RJ asked, did I feel old at Moxie's in West Palm? I did not, honestly, because there was a mix. I mean, there were some people that were older there as well. They had everything from young. Everybody there looked like they had money, and and it was nice. And like I'd said earlier, the inside is a little bit nicer than the one in Las Olas, but the patio on Las Olas in Fort Lauderdale is better than the one in West Palm.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. So
there's a patio.
The one at Las Olas.
Oh, okay.
And you do have outdoor dining a little bit at the Moxie's there, but it's not going to be the same.
Okay.
To me, the patio is the place to be at the Las Olas location.
I'm at Moxie's. Where the fuck are you? Oh, I thought you said Roxy's. My bad.
It could be confusing for West Palm. Yeah, you do have Roxy's and Moxie's.
If you're drunk and there's a crowd, meet us at Roxy's. All right, I'll see you at Roxy's.
Roxy's a little more affordable.
Yes.
I like the prices better at Roxy's.
Well, I got to tell you, honestly, Roxy's got a bit of a different vibe since they got that upstairs rooftop pool now.
How is that?
It's amazing, but it looks Miami-ish. It looks,
I like the first floor of Roxy's.
Yeah, I'm a first floor.
That's my jam. It looks like an old Irish pub in there.
We went to the rooftop when my son, Colin, and his boyfriend, Dane, were in town, and it was pricey to be on the rooftop.
Really?
It was. Yep.
Did you get in the pool? Did you splash, Daddy?
What do you think?
Good Lord.
Yeah, he ripped off his shirt. It was amazing.
I have not done a pool in 5 years. Stop doing pools. I don't believe in it.
I have a pool, and I haven't been in a pool in 3 years.
Yeah. I just don't believe in it. So, yeah, so it is changing. And Luis said, Kevin, I sadly agree and concur to your inferred conclusive statement that you said on the regular show that CityPlace is going bye-bye and it's not due as their lease is ending. And I was talking specifically about City Cellar there. It's been there for 25 years. He said, I think it's more about the case of CityPlace's managerial machinery has told them indiscreetly, hey, we don't see you fitting in our new look. And that's kind of wild to me because
it was upscale.
It was upscale. I mean, I remember seeing Matt Lauer in there one time just chilling, having dinner. As I walked by, I'm like, hey, that's Matt Lauer. So, I mean, that was the kind of place that would, bring a dude who had a massive salary on the Today Show, and that's where he would choose to eat.
He had a button underneath his dinner table, old Lauer.
Yes.
A trap door would open and the waitress would fall in it.
That's it. Yeah. That's how he did it. So, yeah, it's wild to see, just how radically West Palm Beach is changing. And yeah, like I said earlier, I'm not necessarily a huge fan of it, but I understand how it goes.
You think it's just West Palm Beach, or is it all Palm Beach County, all of South Florida? Surely we're still going to have pockets of what we know that's not, yes, Bitterman.
Yeah, there are some pockets, that are still, affordable and where they are. And I don't think it's going to touch every angle. Because, look, I mean, the one thing that rich people need is they need servants. They need people to serve them drinks. They need someone to fold their towels. They need someone to detail their cars, So they need that stuff, and they realize that. And so they're trying to find a way to kind of keep you here but not too close to them, if that makes sense. But they don't want you too far away because then they know you'll go wait on somebody else.
They'll send you out to like their own little field that you have to go out to. And, But just close enough to still get their cars washed.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Got an email here from Joe. And he's talking a little bit about the girl Amy that we were talking to about her situation where she got into a disagreement with somebody when she was parking her car at Miami International Airport. And when she came back from her trip, her car was massively keyed.
And we think it wasn't just a key. It looks like it might have been a screwdriver.
May have been. So he said, I believe, because what she had said was they had a camera to take still photos when people were coming in and out, but they were telling her that they didn't have cameras. And he said, I believe the reason for the camera is taking the still photos for problems with people who are not paying or not paying properly. And that is more important than them for crimes in the garage. And that is a shame.
Yeah, they don't care about crimes in the garage. They care about getting their money.
Yeah. But, Amy had even checked, and she had sent me this from their website. Security measures at Miami Airport parking safety remains a top priority for us, with a strong focus on ensuring security within its parking premises, enhanced with cutting-edge surveillance cameras, sufficient lighting, and other advanced security systems. The parking facilities prioritize the protection and the safety of parked vehicles. These rigorous security protocols foster a safe atmosphere, offering travelers reassurance as they entrust their vehicles at the airport. So she reads all that, and then she's like, hey, can I get the footage? And like, yeah, we don't do all that stuff. And like, you're kind of screwed. And she's like, so why do you have this on your website? This is just nothing but a site of lies.
It's a PR lie. It's something that you put out there just so you can say, oh, yeah, we're safe. We care. We got these cameras. They're not even advanced cameras because they don't do video. All they take is like a picture.
Yeah.
That's not an advanced security system. You a lie.
Yeah, so the cops are saying they don't have video in the parking garage, which completely contradicts what they have on their website.
Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah. So
They care about their money, and that's why they have the cameras there to be able to see if you're in there trying to park and not pay. That is all they care about.
yeah, and part of it too is I think you probably have to put in a report right away. Some people are saying because she's from Palm Beach Gardens, so she drove from Miami International to Palm Beach Gardens, and then was like, I need to go file a report, and then she's back down. So she's gone down like twice already, and that's a terrible drive on top of it.
All of this can be avoided is you have to do this. If you ever have an altercation with a person in a parking lot, you cannot leave your car where they know where it is, because a lot of people will do some damage to your car.
It's so funny. If someone did that to my Jeep, I'd be like, that sucks. All right, next.
Move along.
I would have that divot in my Jeep until we blow it up on it for a bit or whatever we do with it.
Are we blowing it up?
I would love to blow up a car, but then if I ever get a new car, I would like to, if that Jeep's still running, which it is running good, unfortunately. I know it sounds weird.
You're not getting a new car as long as it's running. I know
agree.
you.
I agree.
You're like old school.
I am.
No need to get a new car. The old one works fine.
But if we do ever need to blow up a Jeep, eventually we're blowing up that one.
Okay.
I would love that. But yeah, I wouldn't give a shit. There's been times where someone's gotten into an accident and has hit my car, and I'm going, I just don't want to deal with this. You're good. Well, whatever, fuck it. They were so happy too.
And Heidi's saying, the thing that really made me so upset was not necessarily that he scratched her car, but the fact that he ripped her door open and then threatened her. And,
yeah.
And
that right there is a crime.
Yeah, the fact she felt threatened and scared, and, probably a good note for a lot of people, at least have maybe pepper spray or bear spray or something like that in that door. And if you have somebody that is outside your vehicle and they're in a threatening manner, you might want to get that tight, hold on to your lap, because he had ripped her door open, came at her and was like motherfucking her to her face. That'd be the time where it's like, oh, yeah,
Spray him.
Yeah, don't be in my car. Do not be in my car, man. You're going to get what comes at you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Is bear spray pretty easy to get?
I think so. I think it is relatively easy to get.
Anything's like that. You just go right online. You can have it delivered to your house.
All right, but online makes me nervous.
You can get tasers. You can get bear spray. You can get mace.
I know. All my friends want me to get a gun.
Panda's going to get one.
I know.
Yeah. So.
I don't think I'm getting a gun.
I don't know if I'd be good with a gun, but Panda's going to get one.
Well, now that I got my hip, on the rebound, I'm going to get back to my YouTube karate.
Okay, yeah.
These two guns.
I think you need to know your level. I think it's good to have something that you can go to, but I would just tell anybody that if you do the gun, look, I love guns, come from a gun family, but I will tell you, practice regularly, really know that thing, be very, very comfortable and familiar with the gun, and be very safe with it, and do everything by the book, because you can get into a lot of trouble if you do anything out of balance when you have a gun near you or with you. So you have to know the laws, you have to know how to operate that thing, clean that thing. So it's a big commitment. Look, my dad is invested in it. He spends so much of his time learning to shoot, cleaning guns, knowing the laws. And I see how much work he puts into it, but I think you need to be that level. If you're going to be, it is a responsibility. Yeah. He sees it as a responsibility. And if you can't see it as a responsibility, don't carry a gun.
And if you're a parent, you need to assume that one day your curious kid is going to go looking for that gun.
Sure. Yeah.
Because a lot of curious kids do, and some of them end up shooting themselves or a sibling or a friend. You got to make all the protections and measures in place to make sure no kid in your house ever is able to get their hands on your gun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and look, even if they aren't even intentionally doing something dumb, I had a buddy, because we had guns, and we would have guns
Kids
out.
do it.
Yeah, we would be shooting, 9mm, 45s. I was 12, 13, and we would be able to get a gun, and we go out, shooting around in the woods or whatever.
Yeah.
It wasn't a problem.
Hillbilly kids.
Everybody up in those neck of the woods have guns, man.
But I had my buddy Josh. He was cleaning his shotgun, and it went off and blasted my buddy's arm. Basically, about took the whole thing off.
Oh,
so.
damn.
No arm?
No, he did, but he had to have all kinds of surgeries and stuff, and it was rough. So
He's lucky it was just the arm.
Yeah. So, I mean, he got through it, but it was not fun.
Sucked, too. He had a pitch that day. He was a star pitcher. I'm kidding. Yeah. I'm making a joke. It did not land. I apologize.
It landed like that bullet.
Yes.
Shrapnel everywhere.
This email from Samantha says, listen to the makeup or breakup segment, and I want to make a comment that they'd had, because this is the one about the prenup where he had a fiance. He started a business that he had thriving for a decade before he met her. And they've been together for 3 years. And he gave her a prenuptial agreement that if they ever divorced, she would be taken care of. She had said, yeah, that's not going to meet the standard that I've been living under for the last 3 years. To do that, I'm going to need half of what you have. And that's where he was balking. His dad's like, no, get out.
Get out. I think that's
because
very...
I think his dad helped set him up. I think his dad was the seed money for it. So he's got the pressure where his dad's like, you're going to have a problem with me if you blow
this is what I gave you.
Yeah. Now, she's saying for a prenup, both people have to have lawyers, or one lawyer draws out the prenup. The other lawyer reviews it, and they make changes to the prenup based on what each person agrees on. To the reason I know this is because I just went through this with my husband. We recently got married. We had an agreement before walking into the prenup conversation on what we both wanted and what we both felt was fair. Now, if this man is just writing up his own prenup and expecting his fiancée to sign it, she should absolutely not sign the prenup. And it sounds like that was his approach, at least from how I understood his email.
Everybody needs a lawyer in this circumstance. Sure, you take this to your lawyer and have your lawyer look at it. But at the end of the day, if he's got all the money and you don't, if you won't sign it, him and his family have every reason to be suspicious of you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's just it. It's just
he's saying he made allocations for her.
He thought he was giving her a generous, safety net. And her thing was, she didn't come from money. And she said, I'm never going back to that. And he's like, you wouldn't have to. He said, with his agreement, you wouldn't have to. She's like, no. That's still not the stand. She would have to go down a tier.
So you're defending the guy on this one.
I am. I'm defending the person that worked hard for the money.
Well, holy shit, let's pop a bottle of champagne. I don't think I've heard that before.
He had the business before he met her.
No, I agree with you.
You don't get to come in and take half of something that this guy built before he even knew you existed. What the F kind of crazy world are we living in?
Don't Yoko this thing. You weren't part of the magic before the
exactly.
Beatles. Yeah, come on, let's go.
And he was nice enough to make some sort of gift that you would get in alimony or whatever it was should you guys break up. Like, girl.
Yeah.
You're making yourself look greedy in front of him and his family, and now they're all going to dislike you. His entire family now hates you. So good luck with that. Even if he still loves you, he's going to have everybody in his family going, oh, don't marry her. She's a gold digger. Don't marry her.
Well, I think she's thinking that, hey, you proposed to me. So if I am going to agree to marry you, here are my conditions for this marriage to happen.
You better know your wealth. I mean, you better know your worth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's your worth?
She might wind up losing everything because you're right. This might kill the relationship, and then she doesn't even have the standard she's at. And then, voila, this is how you actually do go back to the status you were at before you met this guy.
Even if they do still stay together, maybe they don't get married right away, but they're still boyfriend and girlfriend or fiance and fiance. Now his whole entire family does not like her, and they're going to be in his ear. And if his dad was his seed money to start his company, chances are him and his dad are close.
Boy.
And his dad does not like this bitch.
This is hot. Way to start off the marriage with all this cold talking. Nah,
the dad does not. The dad kind of sees through it, and so he's
Of course.
The dad's trying to open his eyes to it.
He's like, dude, don't be blind. I know the pee is good, but don't be blind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, he's blinded by the pee.
Blinded by the pee.
It's got a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it gets every man at least once in his life.
Gotta watch out. I did see a concert announcement that I was excited about. I've seen Weezer before. Just recently saw them in Boca. I think it was last year, maybe last May, I think is when they came there for the 100th celebration of the city. And they were fantastic. And they're going to be coming back in October. They're going to be playing Amerant Bank Arena. Ooh. And they're going to be with two alternative bands. I like both of them, the Shins and Silver Sun Pickups.
The Shins are coming? I love
with
the
Weezer.
Shins and Weezer. Holy shit balls.
Yeah. A date?
Huh? It's October 13th.
Okay, that is a Tuesday.
Okay. No show on the 14th?
The radio KVJ show has been canceled for the 14th.
Yeah.
Bocce balls, man. On a Tuesday?
Tuesday. The only thing worse than that is a Monday.
Yeah, it
Even
is
a Monday
rough.
might be better than a Tuesday because you're still kind of on that weekend schedule.
True, you could take off Monday and Tuesday and they get like a 4-day weekend.
I think
bitch.
Tuesday's the shittiest day to do anything after the show.
You're
At a
right.
nighttime?
You're right.
All right, Virginia. Well, we will release you. I know that you've got to get yourself going. Skedaddling to Tallahassee.
I'm going to do the keg stands. I'm going to have some fun. I'm not going to do a frat boy. Don't worry.
Okay, you're right.
No.
Not my jam.
Rotisserie chickens.
A do and a do not do list.
Yes. You
Yes.
don't have to worry about me.
Okay. All right. We'll see everybody back here on Monday. Y'all enjoy your weekend. Be safe. Goodbye.